Rightio, so I'm back again. This is just a way of me passing time. I plan on, all I am doing is processing cells. So if you want to come along for the journey and have a chat, you're more than welcome to join in. I have not kicked my kids off the internet, so it's possible that it drops out occasionally. Who knows? Oh, look, I haven't done my hair either. Holy shit, what are we going to do? A twofer. What the hell is a twofer? You rebel. Now, and on this morning's live feed, my wife bought me snacks and I was very grateful. But I did not bring the snacks out so I could eat said snacks, because I really want to actually get this mess cleaned up so I can start doing this better from the get-go. I should have worked out how I can get other people into the chat, because apparently you can do that now too. But I haven't looked at that. I should look at that. I might do a private live feed sometime during the week, just put it on Facebook or something, and get a couple of yous to join in and see if we can work out how to do a multiple live feed type job. So who out there is processing cells? It is currently raining. I should be working, but instead I took my son to Mount Cootha, and there was a bushfire coming, so we had to turn around and come back. So I thought I'd come back here and do some more work, well, more processing. Did a couple on sites this morning after the live feed. I was doing some processing and I came across a toolpack cell, and I can't find any data sheet or more information on it. Yeah, add it over, put it up there. I think Mike's fairly well behind. Mike does all that sort of stuff. I actually don't even know how to add a cell on the cell database. Mike has been heavily involved, in fact, completely involved with the forum from the very early days. From my piss poor attempts at starting a forum, and he redid the whole lot and got hosting sorted and paid for all that sort of stuff. And so Mike is the website manager, and I'm just the guy who bought the domain name effectively. What do we got? I need to add the database with pics. So I was programming a plane and from LiPo to changing from this. What is your position on resistance on 18650s? Well, I never resist playing with 18650s. But like I've said many times before, I've never actually checked the resistance of any of my cells. So I wouldn't even know what a good cell was, or a bad cell even, for that matter. I'm shocked they looked like a no-name-ish cell in a 40-volt brand name toolpack. You never know. It might... Oh, that one's bad. That one's all ripped off. Oh, what? How did that happen? That big dent. Wait a minute. There's a dent in the end of it. Actually, there's a big dent there as well. Now, there goes another 18650 for the recycle bin. Some you crazy people would use those cells, but I certainly will not. Actually, I don't need to smack these ones on the ground. These ones come open really quick and easy. But I am no stranger to smacking them on the ground, because it is about getting these suckers open and getting them open fast. And to be fair, if I damage one in every 100 cells by smacking it on the ground, but I can save an hour's worth of processing time, I'm taking that hour. I'm getting 18 to 24 on the low side and 45 to 60 on the high side. That's not bad. So who else is in the room? I don't really... Oh, it'd be good if this one was actually slower than this morning. 18. So who's in the room? Where are you from? All the same bullshit that we always ask to get interaction happening. Who was here this morning and is here again now? And my dog just farted. You've got to be kidding. Oh my God, that's rancid. And she doesn't even care. She's just lying there. Oh my god, it's like acid. Okay, that really is like acid. I'm going to open my shed door. That should improve airflow substantially. Mate, Shea Jelly of the Dell Halls. What the hell are you talking about, brother? Aloha, Alberta, Canada again. Perth, good supply of cells here, but it's all random stuff. The random stuff sucks. The good thing about this last haul is they're all the same. About 400 laptop batteries, all exactly the same. It makes processing them very easy, and these 18650 NCR 18650s in these cell packs are awesome to pull apart. The nickel just falls off. Like there's no effort involved in pulling the nickel off. And in fact, more than half of the cells, once you get them out of this stage, you just put your gloves on and rip them all apart, and most of the nickel comes off most of the cells. There you go, there's one with no nickel on it at all. So I just pop the ends off because I'm going to replace all those ends, hopefully. Mate, aloha, Canada again, Perth, pretty good stuff. I caught the tail end of the other one. Yeah, I shouldn't do 2 in one day because it loses me a lot of subscribers. Is this the part of the 30 live feeds in 30 days? No, they still haven't increased my internet, so I can't guarantee that I'm even going to have enough internet to do a live feed these days. Poor doggy was here. It certainly wasn't me. I've been trained better than that. Yeah, you're lucky. I'm loving your tap method of opening packs. Saves so much time. It does, but you do waste some. But if you got all the same packs like these ones, it's so easy to crank through them. It really is. I was meant to go to Rowan's. Actually, I still might go to Rowan's and pick up the supercharger discharger jobby thing. I've also got to start a video and actually do some other work that I really should be concentrating on, but the tap method. Was there any update on the windmill? Did you find the usable water down the well? I haven't even been out there again since. I really should go out there. I was going to go out there today, but that pack's not finished. There's no use me going out there as well if I don't have the hot water stuff to replace out there. So I'm really trying to make an efficient trip there and back, because it is a 2-hour round trip plus working out there, so I can be gone for 4 to 6 hours just to go and do a simple task out there. So I really got to, because simple tasks never end up being a simple task. I should ring him up and find out whether or not he's gone through and done it anyway. I don't think there's any portable water in there at the moment. It's so dry here, even though it's actually just drizzling with rain here at the moment. We got message held for review. Dog thought it, good thing he let me out. we can show that one. That's funny. Yeah, wasted an NCR yesterday. It was sad. I used to get sad, but it's all about efficiencies. So who else has got some projects out here? If you want some projects and you want to share them with the community, let me know. I'll put you on as temporary administrator or admin. That way you can put links up so you can share your own pages. And then when anybody plays this back later on, if anybody ever watches replays, and I'm fairly sure people don't, people will be able to click on it and have a look. Because if you tell people, including myself, people are lazy. So they don't like typing stuff in. They just want to click on it, have a look, and then run away again. Wow, the chat's so much different this afternoon than it was this morning. Holy shit, this morning was just like, I couldn't keep up. I was trying, ripping into it. It's probably because this is really boring. I was just watching the last live feed, so much content. Yeah, I ripped through that. I love your video you did on Batrium. That was awesome, buddy. That must have been a serious amount of work. And this one's trying to get naked on me. I'll have to re-sleeve that one. What's the go? I've got a whole heap. Well, not a whole heap, there's just a few in a row with the positive terminal being knocked off. The sleeve has been damaged somehow. What's your best haul on getting batteries? The best haul was about 700 kilos in one hit. But that was way back, and unfortunately, a lot of that one had been cherry-picked, and I didn't realise it when I paid good dollars for it. Yeah, and I got like 700 kilos or something, and almost all of it. Oh, wait a minute, I think I'm talking about the second one. The second one was 700 kilos, and that one was okay. But I gave a lot of those cells away, not knowing what they were worth. I've had a few really good companies give me a fantastic amount of cells. And then the law changed, and most of the companies I started getting stuff from were ISO companies, so they were like, they had to have point-to-point tracking of the recycling. So when it went to a recycle bin, they had to track where it went and then where it ended its life, so to speak. And unfortunately, in the recycling world, giving them to me wasn't the end of that story. So some of them stopped giving me some, and others changed the way they were giving me them, but subsequently all of them have stopped now. It's just because the laws change and evolve, I guess you'd say, to accommodate, I don't know, new risks. Is this risky? Who knows? What's the lifespan on a battery pack? That really depends, Andreas. It depends on what you expect from it. Are you draining it from flat to full or full to flat every single day? Are you cycling it several times a day? Do you put 4,000 watt loads on a 2 kilowatt battery? There's so many questions. What's the lifespan of a car? Well, it depends if it's a drift car and just on circles its whole life at full revs. Thanks, I had a lot of input from Jaron. Yes, I had a conversation about that. Lots of backwards and forwards by the sound of it. Wow, 700. I have an oddball 40 volt 2.2 kilowatt setup on a cart being kept up by a set of small solar panels. How is that odd? That's just a battery, right? Robert. Try doing it through recycling places here. They just won't do it. Where's here, Robert? Fun picking up 30 packs in the morning. I'm wondering what will happen to scrap value if China stops buying them like they did with waste paper and plastic. I think then we will really come into it because, I mean, honestly, we sort the stuff. We're in a good position to sort the stuff. I mean, if we started getting money for the recycling locally to have it all sorted, you know, that becomes a new industry within Australia. I think that may actually be a positive thing for us. I think we'll get heaps more. There'll be heaps of companies out there that just bail out of the business and just give everything away because they can't afford to actually not recycle them properly, so to speak. Oh, that was almost on my toe. Not still online, I just come back. This is, if you thought this morning's was a random live feed, this is a lot more random. There's so little effort going into this live feed, you might as well just, you know, go back to your wife. Oops. That's the beauty part about these things. They just crack on open. You know, I haven't got much bin space left. Ooh, MCR 18650 gold. I've got no shoes on either, which means I am going to stand on a piece of nickel for sure before this is done. LiFePO 4 modules, all by BAE, 4 of them in parallel. Cyber. Oh, that is a bit of an oddball. BAE, never heard of it. Well, never consciously heard of it. I might have seen it in passing, but can't remember it. It's probably a better way of putting it. Is that maxing out the audio? Difference between lithium-ion charger and lead acid. I can charge lithium with lead acid charger. Also, type message for me because you PD talk. So I'm not typing, sorry buddy. My 14-year-old kids type, I certainly do not type. Well, I can type. I just don't want to type because I'm doing this. I'm sorry. But the difference between a lead acid charger and a lithium charger, I believe, is the charging curve and how and when and for how long it charges and at what voltage. Constant voltage, constant charge, is it CVCC or something? I don't know, I'm no expert on that sort of stuff. When people ask me questions like that, I usually have to go and Google it myself. And then, of course, you only usually get somebody else's opinion rather than what's actually going on. I wish I had a common audience that chat about 1850 while I processed. Come on, how many times have I processed cells lately? I haven't done any. I haven't done much. Haven't slept yet. No sleep. It's only 3 o'clock in the evening, or 3 o'clock in the afternoon here at the moment in Brisbane, Australia. It's 10 plus is the time zone we're in Brisbane. No, I saw you early morning and now I'm at office just open. I can see still same energy, dedicated for hard work. I've just been for a mountain bike ride up a mountain as well. It's choosing where my focus is rather than hard work. I can paste the link. Yes, you can paste the link once I make you a moderator, but it's a one-off thing, so don't spam. Just post one link and make sure it's not to a pair of very attractive young ladies. I had to edit that. It was going to be a lot worse. Well, it's IMGR. Rightio. I'll open it just to see. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, they're the A123 cells. Very cool. They're very compact looking, little battery, that's for sure. Why am I watching myself on a live feed? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Where's the... I clicked off. There we go. And 1 cup. Can someone go over to Facebook and share this? No, actually, no, don't, because then we get too many people in here. We'll just stick to the organic stuff. So who else have we got? Aaron Lead. Can I paste the link? Lead acid is constant voltage, variable current. They can trickle charge at like 14 volts just fine. Yes, however, if you did that to a lithium ion cell, it would simply keep charging until it blew up. 2 ladies, 1 cup, you say. What are the big challenges to make an EV? Light some, please. I don't know, the challenges to an EV, I guess, understanding your local laws. God, why do I go straight to the legal stuff? The engineering of where to put the batteries and how much weight to put in the batteries and all that sort of stuff. Making the adapter plates, I guess, would be a certain challenge. Making the adapter plates is probably one reason I wouldn't do it myself. Because I've got this thing in my head that would be horrendously expensive. Especially around here. Do you put new plastic wraps around your cells as the background cells all match? Absolutely not. I haven't ever rewrapped a blue cell. However, for this project, and if you go back and watch this morning's live feed, you'll know what this project is. They'll all be rewrapped. So somewhere down here, and I have absolutely no idea where they are, but somewhere underneath here I have 2,000 or 1,000 blue shrink wrap things, so I can go through and rewrap all of the outside ones in blue. I have to stay blue now. I can't change that. Even though tearing off these NCR 18650 sleeves is going to hurt me, I'm simply going to have to do it. I don't have a choice. So what I'm doing now is I'm just getting the entire battery and then just ripping it apart with the gloves. And a lot of the times these batteries come out clean, so I don't actually have to do anything with them. And more than half of them come out clean. I mean, even that, those two there, I just ripped it off in one hit. And there's little tiny dags on there, but that's it. So this is a very fast way of actually doing it. But these are brilliant battery packs. I love them. A lot of the schools around here have these batteries. Lots of the schools. Really, I have a query. What are you doing with these cells? Only for e-bike, cycle, or other applications, because these are lower range amps. If you want to use for e-bikes, I wouldn't use these for e-bikes unless you could. One, you only got like a 300 watt motor, or two, you didn't need that sort of power. These are definitely not suited to an e-bike or a car application for amp draw. These will be running probably this workshop, unless I can find another cool use for them that showcases their abilities and stuff like that. I would donate these to another cause. It'd have to be, yeah, I say donate, but it wouldn't really be donate. But I'd use these for another project if something come up that was truly worthy. There is one project down in Tasmania would be awesome, but simply getting these cells to Tasmania would be, it wouldn't be hard, but it would certainly be a challenge. You'd be on your mind all the time, carting 2,200 cells or whatever in the back of your van, 4,000 kilometres, and over Bass Strait in a big boat. What are the names of the snips you are using? They are Danisi or something like that from Banggood, and they're like $6 each, and they are brilliant. I got these as a sponsored thing from Banggood, and it's funny, these things, I've sold more of these units than any other sponsored product I've ever done. And these ones are pretty flogged out now because they're like a year old, year and a half old, but they're still more than good enough for putting through this task. I certainly don't want to use the good computer ones for ripping apart cells and cutting nickel and stuff like that. Why does it seem most stuff is more expensive in Australia? From the internet to machine work, it's just the nature of being a remote island. No, I don't think it's that at all. I think it's culture. And I'm guilty of this. I personally don't want to work for $10 an hour. You look at how many people in Australia are taxi drivers, and there's a considerable amount of Indians and like, I'm not being racist or anything, but non-Aussies. Because in India and those types, and I'm being very general, they will work for $10 an hour. So getting $20 an hour in a taxi, they're in heaven. Whereas I sit here and think, I don't want to work that hard for my money. And I think a lot of Australians are the same way. We want to earn more money, and we're not going to do manufacturing jobs and stuff like that for nicks. And rents are also quite high, which I guess contributes to that whole conversation as well. The snip's called massively parallel, enough of them, and bam, enough amp draw. Yeah, but then you've got weight. You've got to consider a weight with any EV. So it makes sense that you could massively parallel anything, but it's how much can it get down the road. I actually started the same process means harvesting from laptop cells, but experts are saying these cells can't use for e-bike. The experts are 99% correct. Like we said, it depends on your application and whether or not you're happy to replace these cells after 6 months rather than after 2 years of use. Because you put a higher amp draw on them, they're going to fail quicker, they're going to heat up, they could catch fire. It could be plain stupid, not just dangerous. But that's a risk you've got to weigh up for yourself. If you have access to heaps of good cells, use good cells. If you don't, use what you've got. Still, saving it from going to landfill is still a good thing. I do have an affiliate link. I'm not altogether sure where that said affiliate link is. If you give me 12 seconds, I really should. I'm trying to back away from. I keep talking about affiliates, but I'm trying to back away. kit.com/hbpower. I'll see if it's on there. The problem is with Kit is it replaces links. It's not very good with paying you properly. There we go. Copy. Which one is it? There we go. That Kit store, not just that one, if you go up one level, has got pretty much everything I do. With all the products that I've used, and it's kind of semi-trial. I really should, before I say this, I really should go through and check it all. But I think most of the stuff there I stand behind still. I think anything that I don't really stand behind, actually I should remove that 7210A charger, because that's just junk. Nobody should ever buy that unless it's the only money they have left in the world to spend on an MPPT charge controller that's not really an MPPT charge controller. Mark Bryant, welcome back, buddy. Link. Yes, Link mod on. I don't think there are any mods awake. I need people that I can trust, that I know. Mark, do you want to help out being a mod just for a little while? Tracy. Hey. Yeah, I'm home, yep. Okay, cool. I'll see you when you're here. Okay, cheers, bye. Well, that's going to stop the live feed pretty quickly. I have about 30 laptops coming over to fix. That's going to destroy all my timing. I'm probably going to have to clean up this mess and run another half a dozen power cables from the house. 30 laptops all charging up their batteries all at once should use a little bit of extra juice from the grid. Where am I up to? Affiliate link, Mark, mean E-bike means running with petrol. Converting this bike to e-bike needs a good battery pack which contains minimum 6 amps each cell. 6 amps each cell, so you couldn't use an 18650. You would have to go to a, what was it, 650 or something? The bigger ones, they've got 5 amp hours, I think. Jesus, I'm guessing. I really shouldn't be guessing, should I? Smooth Goat. I tell you what, some of you bastards have got some funny names, right? Funny YouTube channel names. There's a couple there this morning that make me smile. Probably shouldn't have said it aloud, but would LifePo 4 be better for EV? Well, it depends on your budget. I think LifePo 4, I don't even know how you pronounce that. LifePo, they would be better for the fire side of things. That's for sure. Is there any way to test battery amp output for batteries that are unidentifiable? Well, no. The only way you could do it is by very slowly charging it at 1 amp and then seeing if it gets hot, and then doing it at 2 amps, and then seeing if it gets hot, then 3 amps, and seeing if it gets hot. But I don't think that is horribly scientific, if I should be honest. I should go down and open my gate so this van can drive in and deliver a metric shit ton of batteries. What I'll do is, if anybody's interested, I will probably stop the live feed while the customer's here. I'll just stop it and then start another one. I might start another one later, I don't know. But I'm going to have to set up, I think I've only got 2 days to do these 30 laptops. So it might require that I actually concentrate on work. I should start doing them all on camera, and then you can all tell me how I fix computers badly, or I should be wearing an anti-static strap or something. Peter, have you used Delhi Green balancers? Oh, far out. Luke Burns, let me tell you a story about Delhi Green. There is a certain subset of our community that absolutely whinges and bitches about Batrium using power when it balances. You know, to be fair, my batteries balance, well, once a month because they never get to top of charge. They never get to a state where they should be balancing. Now, those Delhi Green, the 1S balancers, in the comment section, tell me what you think that they use not balancing. Now, this is 1S Delhi Green active balancer. A simple one. How much energy do you think it uses? And then times that by 7 or 14. You might be staggered with the idle draw of that device. This is not in use. It hasn't been tested in use yet. Or it might do. I don't know. I'll get a text message soon. But it's... Oh, God, now I've got to remember. It's 22 milliamps. Is it 22 milliamps each idle? And that doesn't sound like a great deal of power, but we're talking about amp hours and multiple amp hours every day for a 14S pack just to turn on or leave running that Delhi Green balancer. It is, for all intents and purposes, a horrendous waste of energy. And then I don't even know what the energy usage would be once it actually started, or the energy efficiency would be once it started balancing. So this is, I guess, is in addition to the conversation this morning, where a balancer is what you can afford. It is not an Orion BMS. It is not a Atrium BMS. It is what you can reasonably afford to pay for your pack. And if you're happy with those losses, absolutely, they work. However, they have been very well documented that sometimes those Delhi Green balances go bad. And the problem with that is one of those Delhi Green balances go bad in the middle of the pack. So you can have 6 cells here and 8 cells sort of at the other end of the battery, and one in the middle fails, right? So those ones are balancing together. That one's not balancing at all. And then those ones are balancing differently. So over time, you can get some extremely big variations on how balanced the battery is. And of course, add that to the amp draw of the battery, and they're not very good. They're not ideal, but they do work. So, like anything, you check it. I bet you that is something to do with the Delhi Green. That ding dong. This will get. Oh, sorry. I get sidetracked far too easily. I hear that little Facebook ding dong and think my wife wants me or something. But it's one of you guys trying to be funny. Oh, rightio. Ooh, green NCR 18650. Ooh, green NCR 18650As. What are those ones? They are NCR 18650As as well. And these ones are, 4.35 volts. So these are high voltage 18650s. And now that is my phone now. And that is my wife. Okay, cool. I actually getting sidetracked left, right, and centre. Okay, Facebook. Close Facebook and come back to you guys. Boom! I just ordered 2 of those stiffies. Actually, let's have a look. How many people actually show? I don't know if this will work. If I transition that right. Now, if I go here, not too many people actually show you this shit. I want to see if they actually come through straight away. And it did. Look at that. $16.78. 2 pairs of snippies. So I will earn from that sale $1. Now, 1 point is worth $1. No, sorry. 100 points is worth $1 USD. So that's $1.12 I earned on a. Oh, there's 10% commission on that one. On a $16.78 sale. That's Australian dollars. That's Australian dollars and that's US dollars. So go figure. So there you go. How's that for honesty? And I've sold $234 so far this month. No, that's not this month. That is okay. And there. Is that this month? Okay. Filter. That was it, Max. So $287 USD. So that's what I've sold in total value. Well, that's what I sold, but there was a refund or something there somewhere. But there you go. There's an interesting insight. Intro transition. Oh my god, that's a lot of power, Luke. Yep. Geez, the chat's slow. How many people are in the chat room? 41. Why is that one so fast and this one so slow? That's a lot of power. Great videos. If okay, I would like to visit you in person for advice. I'm in Windaroo, Brisbane, as I'm waiting to build some batteries and replace the crashover in my portable project. Terry, that is absolutely fine. I welcome people to come around and visit. It just has to be really well planned, because I'm really busy and I have to put time limits on when customers, like when community members show up. Oh, there you go. That's the cell covers that I'm going to be using. So I'll be changing all of them. Oh, there's 1,000 there, and they're from Keith. So that's what they'll all be re-sleeved. That's gonna. I tell you what, that's going to be one hell of a boring time lapse when I do that. This one is at 12:26 a.m. Eastern. To be fair, yeah, that's kind of the middle of the night. I usually get warned of doing it this time of day, but this is not a proper live feed. This is just chilling out, having a chat. I was going to invite people around this afternoon, but that's really not going to work too well. Average Joe tee, yes, I like my average Joe tee. Actually, it's just comfortable to wear. I wear it a lot. I guess I should reply to wifey. Windaroo is very close to me. I'm in Beenleigh. I'm probably getting a lot of the Brisbane people, or the Aussie people at the very least, just because of the time zone. The important touch the cells you're processing check. Yeah, Joe's been very busy with work and life. Yes. So far, I've been off-grid running 1862 for about 6 months. It's been running great thanks to YouTubers like you, mate. The Smooth Goat. You know what I said about, funny names? That's awesome, dude. Buying stuff at the moment sucks. The Australian dollar is so low. Absolutely. But I have to buy stuff from the States because, that's where you buy it from. Well, in some cases, at any rate. I really don't feel like processing cells anymore, and my bin's full, so I'm going to have to start cleaning up to accept all these other batteries. I'm guessing you're not going to care if I actually do what I said I was going to do. If anybody wants the TV that was on the back wall, it doesn't work, it needs fixing. I just gave up on fixing it. You're more than welcome to come and have it. Otherwise, it will be going to the recycle centre. Half the screen works, half of it doesn't work. So a board's broken or something on it. Who knows? I don't know. Those auto mowers that does the mowing and returns back to the dock for charging. I'm a student in technology. Many people are like me for your workshops. Really helpful globally. It's my comment only, dude. No worries, buddy. Damn, 2 streams in one day. I've got this shit covered. And how the hell do you sign? Okay. IDSK, JFK, SLK, JD. How the heck do you sign in to YouTube if you forget your sign in? Or you're on a new computer? How the heck does that happen? Best regards from Croatia. Welcome, sir. Welcome to the community chat. That is only charging at 3.1 amps. I wonder what it's actually drawing. Now, the good thing about Batrium, I don't need to turn on another computer, and I can have a Johnny Hancock at what it's actually, it's not linked to Gmail. It could be, I guess. I didn't think of that. That's gone up to 4 amps left screen transition. So that's charging at 4.4 amps. Oh, that's gone 5, so that's close enough. Oh, and I've got losses coming out of here, so that's 5.2 amps now. The sun just come out. I don't know why I got some cells at 4.9. I think this number 1 cell and number 7 cell have problems. I think they're actually self-discharging a little bit. This one worse than the others. I might manually charge it back up and see what happens. Who knows? It doesn't really matter as long as it works. It's free energy as far as I'm concerned. And it'll help me figure out which are the good ones and which ones aren't. What do you sell? What do I power with the cells behind me? Okay, so at the moment they are, and I know, and I'm going to do this knowing you can't see it. They are running through this 48 volt to 12 volt DC to DC converter, and it's just running a power supply and 3 charge discharges. So it's running. It's probably only pulling 1 amp from the batteries. But I did run, I had the, what was it? I worked it out, it's about a day and a half. I had the battery hash on mining rig, mining Ethereum, but it only mines $1 every 24 hours. So it's not really worth doing, if I should be honest. But I still do it anyway, because if that battery's full, I'd rather use the power than just let it sit there and not do anything with it. So, and I usually only run it throughout the day. When this other customer arrives, I will be bailing pretty quickly. Hobby. What are we doing? Snacks. Family pack 2. It's the only way to go. Close that, close that. It's interesting that Banggood actually comes through straight away for the affiliate. That's kind of cool. Oh yeah, where are you? Good night, Pete. J-Rock, thanks for tuning in. I need something to put all this crap into. I need a box. There we go. A PCM60X box will do. I don't know why I keep all the boxes for all this sort of stuff. I really shouldn't. I should just chuck it all away, because I know if the PCM60X fails, which none have yet, I'm just going to throw them in the bin. I'm not going to send them back. Or I tend to give them to Uselot. Uselot like picking up my junk that doesn't work. Some of yous get it going again, which is kind of cool. What's the cheapest way to obtain 18650s to power a small home? I guess that'd be theft. If you can successfully steal them, I mean, that's going to be cheap, right? These little things are springing everywhere. No, seriously, dude, it depends on your location. If you're in Brisbane, Australia, the cheapest way is to go to bigger recyclers that want to get rid of them, but don't care about the, or not ISO rated. And they have to pay. Now, this is common misconception in Brisbane, Australia, that all the recyclers have to pay to get rid of this shit. They don't get rid of it for free, and the dog farted again. That is just wrong on so many levels. Dear God, that is acidic. I think I'm going to change a dog food. Give a cat food or something. Oh, who knows? Now, I didn't put too much thought into this. They're all sticking to the bench. And there's just microscopic little bits of nickel everywhere. Maybe that'll work, so I'm not rubbing it into the bench. This is like yoga mat you buy for by the meter from Bunnings or a warehouse hardware store. And I've had it on my bench tops for years. I like blue. I like the colour blue. That's why it's sort of everywhere. It's works well. Rightio, there we go. That's a little bit better. What else have we got? Is a Batrium software for ARM or Android say to install in an EV? I can say not yet. Not yet. It is in the thinking stages, and there has been snippets of information released in the past, I believe, referencing back to a mobile app. I don't know the current state of where that's at, if you know what I mean. So I'd tell you if I knew some information, but I genuinely don't on that one. And that one is going to cause issues. Got quite a few with the end of the wrapper knocked off. So they're the dangerous ones to have laying around. They can get nasty pretty quick on you. I don't know if I'm going to process these ones, but I should, just to get them off the bench. Legally. It is the local computer repair shop. It is the bigger businesses, but it's better. You've got to try and get around the recyclers. That's my opinion. You've got to get it before it gets to the recyclers. So one, it's cheaper, and it just takes a set of hands out of it. You can defeat some of the regulations and stuff like that. You know, you've got to be careful where you are in the world. Those regulations are there for a reason, I guess. But I really think some of them hinder horribly recycling and how you can do it and stuff like that. So, again, relates to your local laws and stuff like that. You've got to follow your local laws, irrespective of what I say. Hi mate, following you for years now, listening to you at work. I am also working, reading your comment. So that's kind of gone full circle right there. I should stop talking when I start talking shit like that. I can almost guarantee that this before this one goes live, like the live replay, I'm just going to delete it, or at the very least hide it and put it on a playlist for live feed. So I actually went through and hid a couple of hundred. Okay, I now have a customer here, so now I have to absolutely and just say, see ya, I'll go, and I might come back later. So I'll give you a call. I'll let you know. I gotta go. Catch ya.